What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday, midweek pick-me-up. We are here for you guys. Hope everyone is having a great week because Beyonce's new song came out, and so hopefully that has you grooving and moving a little bit.
It should.
Hopefully they won't put you in jail for it. But anyways, Fran, how are we doing on this lovely afternoon?
I'm doing wonderful. We have a lot of things to talk about today that I'm excited about. I know I got a ton of messages from people saying, you got to watch The Summer I Turned Pretty. Like, what are you doing, Fran? You're very unlike me. I watched it all. We're going to talk about it. Gonna have a whole recap moment for it. It's quite literally maybe the easiest watch of any show I've ever watched ever.
You know what made me upset was that I got messages being like, you have to watch The Summer I Turned Pretty. And I'm like, did you not listen to the podcast episode where I said I did?
Yeah. People weren't listening close enough. So we're going to do a whole recap, but no, it's good. I'm here with just my dad right now, which is nice. It's just a little Fran and dad time.
I love that.
Yeah, it's lovely. We got some sushi for dinner last night. We went out and it was delightful, delicious.
Speaking of sushi, I got a note in my notes app about sushi.
Oh, is this what you wanted to talk about?
No. This was a second thing I wanted to talk about that I wasn't going to bring up. But since you mentioned sushi, I might as well bring it up and then we can get into the other thing I wrote down.
Okay.
I was enjoying a nice little bagel this morning, and as I turned on the TV, and I said, "Let me watch some cable." You know, why not throw on the cable television, see what's on?
Yeah,
I see iCarly's on Nickelodeon. I said, you know what? How great is that? Let me put on iCarly, eat my bagel, act like I'm homesick from school. Right? You know, like Nickelodeon's on. Did you notice on Nickelodeon how much they love sushi? Like there's an episode where Neville hacks iCarly. Remember, he hacks the show and he comes in. He's like, "Hi, I'm Carly." And then Carly gets her dad's friends from the military to basically invade Neville's house.
No, I don't. I do not recall.
So this is what happens. They invade Neville's house. And
I wasn't really a big iCarly gal.
Really?
I watched when it was on, but
yeah, but you weren't like that into it.
Yeah.
Anyways, they invade the house and they're like, "This is illegal. You're hacking." And they do the job and they get it done. And then they go, "All right, let's go get some sushi." And I realized in Zoey 101, they were obsessed with Sushi Rocks. And I was like, is this because a lot of these shows were made in LA?
Maybe Dan Schneider has a thing for feet and sushi.
Yeah, because I remember as a kid being like, because I never ate sushi as a kid because my parents never really got sushi. I only started eating sushi when like my friends introduced me to sushi in high school. And so as a kid, I was like, damn, they're going to get sushi? I'm so jealous. Like, I don't get sushi. That's a side note. Anyways, what I wrote down.
And that's talking sushi.
That's sushi talk. What I wrote down was I was laying in bed last night and I had a little thought to myself. Riverdale just ended. They just wrapped season 6 filming of Riverdale. And the past couple of years, you could see the way the cast is just over this show. Like they just are done with Riverdale. They hate the plot. Everybody hates the plot of Riverdale, but some people are still watching. It really fell off after like the first or second season. I was thinking about how Dylan and Cole Sprouse really just wanted to get away from Disney and acting after Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Like they had Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and they were Sweet Life on deck, and they were stuck as Zach and Cody and stuck as these twins, and they thought they were never getting out, and they finally got out, and then Cole Sprouse trapped himself into another show. Like, is he thinking to himself right now, how the fuck did I get trapped into another show? Like, this guy may never act again. I was just thinking about how Cole Sprouse probably feels right now with Riverdale ending.
I think you're probably absolutely right. And I think Cole Sprouse is probably never going to sign on to do another TV show ever again. Like maybe he'll stick to movies. Like he's going to be like, I'm not doing TV. No. You can't get me again into all these seasons. I also don't like, is this the last season of Riverdale or I think it's not.
No, they wrapped season 6.
I know, but I don't think
that's the last.
Is this it for season? Sure?
I'm pretty sure it's the last season because as soon as it ended, Camila Mendes dyed her hair like the next day. Like
It's
Oh,
not.
it's not? Oh my God, these poor people.
Riverdale is going to end after season 7.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So they announced that they are going to get one more season. I think the writers of the show were like really advocating for one more season because shit has kind of gone off the rails plot wise. So maybe they've wanted to try and bring things back together. I stopped watching after I think I tried to watch season 4 and I just couldn't do it. And it was tough, but yeah, I have to imagine. And Cole's like, got still seeing my ex every day, new relationships. This show is never ending.
I was just thinking to myself, like, poor Cole Sprouse. Like, this man is never going to do TV again. And, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, Cole Sprouse. Yeah. You should have known to not get trapped into another TV show.
That is so true.
It was such a random thought I had.
It just jumped right into it.
I was just like, this guy, because they always talked about how they really were like, they went to NYU to live a normal life. They were so done with being Zach and Cody. And now Cole Sprouse has been stuck in Riverdale.
Right. It's just been stuck as Jughead. And he's done other movies. Like he's done other stuff. It's just not, the show's just never ending. Never ending. But I feel for them. I could tell that they're trying to get the fuck out. I would never have guessed that Riverdale would last 7 seasons.
I tried to watch. I remember I kind of liked the first season, and then I started hearing, because I jumped on later. So
I loved the first season.
There had been a couple seasons out already.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to watch the first season. And then I started hearing everyone talk about how bad it got. And I was like, why even waste my time finishing this?
Yeah, that's always discouraging when there's a show that like the first 1 or 2 seasons is really good. And then, but you haven't watched yet. And then everyone just talks about how the rest of the seasons gets so bad.
You know what we haven't talked about? The Jon Snow sequel to Game of Thrones.
The Jon Snow sequel? Is he getting a sequel?
It's been announced that he will star as Jon Snow in a sequel of Game of Thrones.
And they are doing the
prequel. It's different than the prequel.
This is different than the prequel that we're getting this summer.
Sequel.
Right. So it comes after.
Yes. I'm not so excited for the prequel just because we know what happens. Even though I do know it will be very good. Yeah. I am excited for a sequel.
I gotta respect, at that point, I feel like after you've played Jon Snow, you are Jon Snow, and you're probably like, I'm done with this character. But if the opportunity arrives to do it again and probably pay you a shit ton of money, I feel like that's got to be the right move.
Well, that's what I was thinking, that he probably had some time off, or a lot of time off. And then it was offered to him, and they probably had a lot of negotiations. Like, I'm going to do this if you give me this amount of money. They probably were like, we'll pay you whatever, because they know that every Game of Thrones fan is going to watch the sequel. Maybe not every Game of Thrones fan will watch the prequel, but I do think having him as Jon Snow in the sequel, people will watch, because people were not happy with the ending. So to continue it on, people are going to hope for, not an alternate ending, because the ending, it happened, it's already gone, but they're hoping for more of a story to make up for the ending. I don't know. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a long time before we get it, obviously, but
yeah. HBO has not greenlit the project yet, but if they make it good enough, I'm sure they would obviously do it. This is, if the series makes it past the development stage, it's expected to pick up where the Game of Thrones finale left off and follow Snow as he makes a new life for himself with the wildlings. Interesting.
I'm into it. And I think that I might start rewatching Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's a good one I haven't done a rewatch of Game of Thrones ever, because the only time I ever watched it, I watched it straight through before the final season, because I had not watched it before that. And when everyone was hyped up for the final season, it was like, okay, I want to watch the final season when everybody else watches it. Binge the whole thing, watch the final season, And now I would like to watch from the beginning again, just to, because I feel like sometimes you just have different opinions when you watch again, start to finish.
I was thinking back about the ending, and now if you're watching Game of Thrones right now, or you plan on watching Game of Thrones and you do not want the ending spoiled for you, then fast forward this part because I'm going to talk about it.
You better say that a little bit with a little more.
Excuse me. If you don't want the ending of Game of Thrones spoiled for you right now, please fast forward this part.
Thank you.
I will be talking about spoilers. I actually don't think I hate it that much anymore. I think that everyone hated it so much when it first happened.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a mom mentality thing where it was like everyone felt like they were going to hate the ending.
Yeah.
Because first of all, it's the ending of a show that you've loved for years. So a lot of people are going to hate an ending of a show just in general because they don't want the show to end.
Right.
On top of that, I think that people had it spoiled already. They saw leaks and they were like, oh, this is a disaster. And then the actors, they didn't like it. They were very vocal about not liking the ending. And so everyone hated the ending. And now, do I wish it went a different route? Maybe. But I don't think I hate it that much because it still kind of fits the theme of the show of just killing off characters out of nowhere that just maybe shouldn't be killed off or whatever happened. Because these characters, they change all the time. They're killed off. It kind of fits that mold of the show.
I agree with you. I think when you always step back, things look differently and people have people's opinions on the end of shows change. I think a lot of time that happens when people don't like the end of a show and they go back and watch it again. It's like, okay, that was not as bad as everybody thought. This is kind of a funky comparison, but I feel like, when Seinfeld ended, everyone hated the end of Seinfeld. Like that, everyone hated
Seinfeld. So I had a feeling you were going to say that. And let me throw in The Sopranos too before you get that one out there.
Yeah. Everybody hated like that last Seinfeld episode. And now I think people go back and they're like, oh, you know what? It really wasn't that bad.
Yeah, because people just don't like when their favorite show ends. So they're just going to hate the ending. When's the last time you loved the ending of a show? People hated the ending of How I Met Your Mother, but they loved the entire show.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of one that I watched that ended that I was like, that was a great ending.
Did you watch Fleabag? I like the ending of that, but that was two seasons.
I never finished Fleabag. Even like Ozark just ended, and I think that was like the finale was very iffy for a lot of people.
I feel like finales are always going to be iffy.
Yeah. Yep. That's
just what it is.
Exactly. So maybe we'll go back and give Game of Thrones another try. I mean, I feel like it'd be fun to rewatch before this prequel comes out, which I think is like in August.
And also there's so much packed into one episode that there's no way in your first watch you pick up on everything. So I'm definitely going to go back and rewatch it.
That's correct.
Great show, obviously. All right, let's get into today's topics. We're going to be talking about Katie and John from Bachelor Nation splitting up. They both put statements out on their stories, one longer than the other. Beyonce released her new song last night. There are rumors that Khloe Kardashian is dating somebody new. Zoey, Deutch, and Dylan O'Brien are coming out with a new movie. Plus, we're going to be talking about all the vacation content we've been seeing from Zoey, Jimmy Tatro, Shaun White, and Nina Dobrev. And we are going to do a recap of the summer I turned pretty. So if you haven't watched that yet, make sure you do, then listen to our recap. And if you have watched already, then you will enjoy the recap. So let's get into it, starting off with Katie and John. Just a quick reminder, we have brand new merch in the Barstool Sports store. We, as Chicks in the Office, have new merch. We got bucket hats, we got socks, we have water bottles. We also have our sweatshirts that came out a little while ago that we love, even though it's summer. You can't go wrong with a nice sweatshirt to have at night. Maybe you're on the beach, get a little cold. Love a good sweatshirt, and these are great designs. We also have the 4th of July drop that came out recently with all the Barstool Sports merch. Great merch from people all around Barstool. So right now, you can get our beach towel, the socks, the hat, like I said, and the water bottle. If you go to store.barstoolsports.com right now, just shop the collection, and you can shop all around the Barstool Sports store. Whoa, shocking news. Another Bachelor couple has announced that they are breaking up.
I'm
Katie
deja
Thurston.
vu from yesterday.
Deja vu. Also, how weird was it that Noah and I sent it at the exact same time?
That was really weird. Yeah.
It freaked me out because it wasn't like she had just posted the story. The story had been up for like
both of our screenshots had the same like 35 minutes ago from her thing.
So weird.
For some context, we have a Cutting Stems group chat, and at exactly 9:59, Noah and Rhea both sent to the group statement, "No, we aren't together." The screenshot of Katie's story at literally the exact same time. And it wasn't like they had just posted. It came 35 minutes after she posted exactly for both of them.
For both of us, both 35 minutes, both said at the same time. If nobody knew any better, they would have thought that me and Noah were together. Like that. Yeah. It was that weird. And I was like, whoa, I was more weirded out about that than this statement itself. But Katie Thurston posted on her story statement, "No, we aren't together, period." And then John came through with a statement, and his was a bit longer.
Not much, but it's anything's longer than 6 words.
Yep.
Or however many words. How many words was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words.
Poetic.
Yep.
John wrote, "I love being able to share special moments with you all, the funny ones, the happy ones, the outrageous, embarrassing, and heartfelt ones. But I don't know if it will ever get easier to share the sad ones. As Katie stated earlier, we are no longer dating. This decision was not made lightly, and it was obviously not an easy one to make. I appreciate every one of you that has supported us throughout this journey. We could not and would not be here without you." As Kanye West once said, none of us would be here without cum. But anyways, John put out this statement, and I think John broke up with Katie. From these two statements, I gather John broke up with Katie. But I don't know for sure, so don't take my word on it.
I feel I'm just very confused by this because they were just posting each other, it feels like.
When?
Like very recently, like over the weekend.
Really?
Like,
I don't follow them that closely, to be completely honest. So I may have missed it.
I didn't see it either. It's just more like I see the Bachelor fan pages were like 7 hours ago. It looks like they were in the same place, or, she had just posted his dog or something over the weekend. So I don't know, maybe all this was going down. They were having these discussions if they could stay a couple, and it just did not go over well at all. So I don't know what happened here. This clearly less detail than Michelle and Nate as far as what future plans are trying to be nice. Katie, I feel like Katie maybe just be done with social media. I just feel like she's over it. Like she did that. She took a break from social media for a month recently and like just came back, and she's been like posting more Bachelor stuff, and then literally just statement, "We're no longer together." So I don't know if we're going to get any more details from her. I'm sure she'll share more when she's ready, but yeah, that's another. I feel like these breakups happen in threes. So I look out. We've got 2. I don't know what's next.
I want to talk about Dean and Kaylin for a second because they just celebrated 3 years together. And, I always love their posts together. I think that, all the travel content they put out is great, and they always seem very happy. But I was reading some comments on Kaylin's post, and I was kind of taken aback. I was like, whoa, where's this all coming from? Like, people were like, get you somebody who talks nicely about you, Kaylin, like dump this guy. Yeah. And I was like, what did Dean say that has all these people talking about this? Because I thought it was such a beautiful post that I was taken aback. And then I looked a little further, and I came across some comments that Dean made about him and Kaylin getting married. And he said, "I'll buy Kaylin a ring if she buys me a truck." He said, "Kaylin makes significantly more money than I do, and here I am having to spend all this money on something I don't even want. Like, I want her to get what she wants, but she's the one who wants to get married. I made a deal with her. I'll buy you a ring if you buy me a truck. He said that they basically are married. They have a joint bank account, even though they have separate bank accounts. They do have a joint one together. And then he had to address about him not saying I love you to his girlfriend because people claimed he didn't say I love you to her. And he says that he does say I love you to Caitlyn. I think it would be fucking nuts if he was like, yeah, I don't say I love you to her. That would be crazy. But he said, I do say I love you to Caitlyn. I am in the camp of I'd rather show Caitlyn that I love her than say that I love her. Talk is cheap, more or less, anyone can say anything, but what it boils down to in my eyes is action over words. Dean is an unconventional man that I just don't think I could deal with. I don't know how much I'd love if my boyfriend said, I'll get her a ring if she gets me a truck.
Yeah, I listened to this. It was on his podcast, and he's talking to Jared and Ashley, and he is definitely unconventional, and we've known he's been saying for years, like, I don't know if I want to get married. I don't know if I want to do these things. But Caitlyn obviously wants these things. So it feels like he is doing them because he does love Caitlyn and she does want them. But yeah, anytime like she is, I'm assuming she's come to terms with this because listening to your boyfriend be like, this whole marriage thing's her idea anyway. Like he does not, those are his beliefs. So he can't knock it. He just does not like think that he prioritizes different things really clearly. But when talking about the engagement ring, they were talking about engagement ring shopping and what she likes and what she wants. And he knows what she wants and he knows how much it's going to cost. And he just clearly thinks that maybe the whole idea of engagement rings are stupid to begin with, which once again, totally fine. Caitlyn, I feel like doesn't speak as much on it because we always hear from Dean because Dean's the one with the podcast. So it's like Dean's always giving updates on their relationship from his side of things. And we don't necessarily hear as much from Caitlyn on like how she feels about it. So I'm guessing she's fine with it. They look like they're happy at this point. Like would I live that way? Absolutely not. Like my boyfriend saying, I'll get you a fucking engagement ring if you buy me a truck because you make more money than me. Like, I don't know, that feels like some kind of warped like gender role thing too. Like, and I get already like the whole man proposes to woman thing is obviously you can have your opinions on that too. But the idea that like, because she makes more money, she has to like make it up to him somehow that he's making this big expense for something that she wants. I don't like it. It rubbed me the wrong way. Dean is clearly a funky guy. But on the flip side of that, they are one of the more successful couples that have come out of this fucking show. So if they're going to stay together and it's going to work for them to do it this way, then go ahead because everyone's dropping like flies right now.
Exactly. I mean, I don't agree with any of it and I definitely don't like it, but it's working for them. So if it works for them, then good for them. Like, what are we supposed to say? Like, Caitlyn, break up with Dean. Like, she's clearly okay with it. So if she's okay with it, then we all should be fine with what they want, right? Like,
exactly.
We don't have to have it. We don't got to date Dean.
No, like we're not buying Dean a truck. Caitlyn is.
Yes. If she wants to buy Dean a truck, go ahead. I've been talking a little bit about how I have 3 dogs in my house right now. We got Norman, we got Oreo, we got Romeo, and we're just trying to keep all of these pups happy and healthy and are ready to play at all times. And we do that with the best dog food possible. We are now introducing Jinx. Jinx is clean, modern food and treats designed for dogs by pet parents. Every recipe is crafted with easy to digest proteins like organic chicken, 20 plus superfoods like pumpkin. I mentioned that Norman absolutely loves pumpkin, carrots, cranberries, plus probiotics added for gut health support. Just as your gut health is very important, so is your pet's gut health. You want to make sure that their tummy is feeling great. You can find Jinx clean ingredient kibble, slow smoked jerky treats, freeze-dried meal toppers, and limited ingredient gentle treats online or at select Walmart locations. You could try Jinx today and get 15% off your first 2 orders online at thinkjinx.com/chicks. Once again, that's thinkjinx.com/chicks, thinkjinx.com/chicks. Your dog deserves a healthier food that they actually want to eat and to keep them healthy. Beyonce released her new song last night, and it is awesome. It's called Break My Soul. It is exactly as described, fierce beats that'll make you fall in love on the dance floor. It's got me ready to shake my ass all over the place. And we just have to thank you, Beyonce. It's the summer of dance music.
It is. Everybody's just dropping these fierce beats.
Yeah, fucking love fierce beats, bro.
The song came out at midnight and I was in bed and I just don't think I was in the right headspace. I had just finished an episode of Summer I Turned Pretty and I was going to bed and I was like, oh shit, I didn't listen to Beyonce's song yet. So I went to listen to it and I was like, okay, yeah, I like it. But I was like laying in bed. I'm about to fall asleep. I was not in the right headspace. Woke up in the morning, was washing my face, brushing my teeth, played it again, and was like dancing around my bathroom. I was like, yes, all right, here we go. I like it.
You won't break my soul.
Break my soul. And what other way to describe those beats than fierce?
Then fierce. It's a great song. I listened to it just before when we were recording the group chat.
Yeah.
And I said, I freaking love this song. You know, I'm just excited for Beyonce's album.
I was excited to watch you hear it for the first time because in my mind, when I was listening this morning, I was like, Rhea's going to like this song because she can dance to it. It's a dance. It's a dance song.
Listen,
it just makes you want to move your body.
If you can't move your body, you ain't sexy.
Yeah.
As that random person on Twitter said, that has stuck in my mind since. You know, ever since I read that, like I went out Saturday night and I danced like no other because I had it in my head that I gotta move this body.
Yeah, exactly.
And Beyonce is making me move this body. And her whole album, I may lose a limb. I'll be shaking so much, I may lose an arm. I don't know. I ran the...
I'm so excited now to hear the whole thing.
Beyonce birthday party idea past my sister. Oh my God. She jumped out of her seat. She was like, you have to do that. And I was like, I was more kidding, but it's seeming more and more like a possibility.
I love the idea.
We just go to a bar and we just tell the DJs, hey, you think you could just play Beyonce all night?
Yeah, absolutely. It would be so much fun. It's definitely off to a great start. Act 1 Renaissance. I did see that there was I screenshotted it to send to my friend. There was somebody wrote into Dumois about a visual album, if there would be a visual album with this album. And they were like, oh, I'm not sure. But she had heard that they had filmed a movie already. And then somebody wrote back, a visual album was the plan. Different acts. One is country, which is very interesting. I'm not like, I don't know if this is beyond the way Beyonce wants to do this, is where she's going to do like Act 1, Renaissance, dance music. And then like everything is a different genre, which would be very interesting just from an artist standpoint of like, of her way of proving like, I can do it all. I can do every realm of music. I am the queen and I can do it all. So if that actually is happening, that would be very interesting. But right now we could just focus on beating the beat up.
Yeah, we will beat that beat up. Exactly, Fran. And I don't love country, but I will welcome anything that she puts out with open ears. But not country.
Just like, I got to draw the line somewhere.
I have to draw the line somewhere. I can't be popping my titties to country. We all know that.
Well, Break My Soul is already a hit. I think we're going to be playing it nonstop all summer long. I feel it. I feel it already. It sounds
great. Feel it
in
your bones?
I feel it. Yeah. It just makes you want to bop. Makes you want to bounce. Makes you want to bop, bop, bop. So dance your way into the next topic, everyone.
That we can't play the song, but just imagine we
sorry, we can't play the song, fucking copyright shit,
fuck that. Fucking copyright.
Big music will come after us.
Yeah, we don't want that. Copyright is so lame.
So lame.
There are rumors that Khloe Kardashian might be dating somebody new. Page Six reported that she could possibly be dating a private equity owner, introduced to her by her older sister. Although a couple days ago, Khloe Kardashian responded to rumors that she was dating another athlete by saying that she's just focusing on herself and True right now. She's not seeing anybody. So take what you will with that. I doubt she's texting somebody and immediately telling the world. Nobody does that. Nobody starts talking to somebody for a couple days or a couple weeks or whatever and immediately starts telling everybody. Like even real life people don't do that. So I think that she probably is, but she's not going to let everybody know that.
Yes, I agree, because where there's smoke, there's fire. And they started at the beginning of the week with People magazine saying she was starting to date. Didn't really say who, what, when. It was just like she's done with Tristan and she is starting to see someone or see people. I don't know. And then she had commented about a rumor that she was dating another NBA player. And that's when she chimed in and said, definitely not true. I love you. Thank you for the nice wishes, but I'm not seeing a soul. I am focusing on my daughter and myself for a while. Now, today, Page 6E, like you said, came out with this article, a rumor that, and I still think that E! News always has like a little in with them. I don't know what that relationship is like these days, but they wrote that they can confirm that she is dating someone new, like you said, Rhea, private equity investor, and that the relationship is in its quote early stages. So if I do kind of believe this, in that she is maybe seeing somebody, and God knows she wants to keep it as private as possible. I would think not only because of the hype around Tristan, but also because this is a guy who's not a celebrity, not a basketball player, not an athlete, that on his end too, it's like, oh, let's try and keep this to ourselves as long as we possibly can. And of course, this is coming out when it's quote in the early stages.
Yeah, I think that Khloe would be best served by keeping this all private. And this guy probably wants to keep it private as well. She's going to date around. That's obvious. And I don't think that there's any reason to confirm any sort of talking stages with anybody right now for Khloe Kardashian, because her relationships have been a disaster. Truly. They really have been. I mean, not only Tristan Thompson, but like Lamar. We forget that she was married to Lamar Odom, which was a fucking disaster as well. So I hope the best for Khloe, and maybe this guy will be a nice guy.
Right. A nice private equity investor. Sounds boring as hell.
You think they're that nice guys though? Sometimes I think guys with a lot of money like that.
No, I mean, you never know.
They could literally
be nice. Anybody could be mean. Anybody could be nice.
True. True. That's like, a truth that could not be more true, man. Anybody could be mean and anybody could be nice.
We sound like, have you been seeing everybody that makes the TikToks of like, here's your favorite podcast host? And it's the videos of girls like saying the stupidest shit. And it just like, they sound like they're being so prolific, but they're saying the stupidest shit.
Right. Like
right now.
You
could be mean. Or you could be nice.
Oh my God.
It has nothing to do with your profession.
I see those clips all the time. It makes me die because it's so true. It's like, you could eat a bagel for breakfast, but you also could eat waffles. Like, the world is your oyster. You could really have anything you want.
It's literally
just what happens when you have a podcast. Okay. It's just talking. Sometimes I'm literally like, I scroll through my TikTok and I just see podcast after podcast after podcast after podcast. And I'm like, there are so many fucking people talking all the time, which makes me not want to talk sometimes. Cause I'm like, there are too many people talking. Everyone thinks everyone wants to hear what they have to say. Do I think everyone wants to hear what I have to say? No, but we started this podcast and we might as well finish it. Yeah. Like, we got to keep going. It's like,
oh man, as long as you'll hear me say shit, like people can be nice or people can be mean.
As long as you'll have us, we'll be here. But just know, we do not think that we are poets, and we do not think we are profound, and we do not think we are smart, and we do not think we're entertaining. You guys think those things.
Oh man, I think we're entertaining.
I know, I'm kidding. I think we're very entertaining.
Oh man, but
Sometimes.
that is yeah. Anyway, that really what I just wanted to say was that I think that somebody not in the public eye is the way for her to go.
This guy, he could be nice.
He could be nice. Who the hell knows?
Stop talking next week.
Oh my God. Wait, did you see the clip of Kim on the Today Show with Hoda and Jenna? She said that the text that she sent to Pete after SNL that like, you didn't show up, and because Jenna was like, what did you say? Like, hey, it's Kim. Like, and she said that she texted him and was like, thanks for the advice for the show. Like, appreciate it. Like, hope, went well, because it was after her show. I still can't imagine. I still laugh thinking about Pete Davidson, like waking up and looking at his phone and seeing a text from Kim being like, hey, thanks for the advice for SNL. Like, really appreciate it. You free on Friday?
And you know that Kim isn't just texting you because she's thanking you for the advice.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. So, but it sounds like all things are good on that front too, as far as like boyfriend Pete goes and waiting and mingling with the kids and everything. But yeah, that text message is just like going to be talked about for a very long time.
You may have heard us talk about Spark on this podcast. That was formerly Spark. It is now Summer. Summer is different from other dating apps. And instead of swiping one by one, you see a bunch of profiles at the same time and you pick who stands out, like in real life. Like, it's a lineup. You just pick them out. Who stands out to you? Summer has a new way than just the classic swipe and only see one option. It recreates the feeling of walking into a party and seeing who catches your eye. You're looking at a group of people, somebody stands out to you. That's what this dating app is like. Summer shows the people closest to you. You open the app at a bar, and the people you see on the grid are probably at the bar too, and you'll know who's single as well. I would hope that if they're on the dating app, they are single. That would make the most sense. You could spend less time on apps and more times on dates. Likes expire after 24 hours, so you won't wait around for weeks wondering if this person's going to contact you. You just know right away. If you're tired of swiping and want to meet cool people in your area, go to the App Store and download Summer or click the link in the description.
A new teaser came out for Zoey Deutch's new movie. It's called Not Okay. It's going to be on Hulu. It's coming out in July. Dylan O'Brien is in it. It looks very interesting. She plays a influencer that I feel like has like a Trisha Paytas like kind of vibe, like somebody that is so talked about and so discussed, but also shit on a ton. And it comes down to, it seems like she fakes, there's a terrorist attack in Paris, and she fakes being in Paris at that time to gain attention and clout and all these things. And we don't know really too much about it besides that, because the teaser is pretty short. It's just a minute, but it looks very interesting and feels very, like you said, Rhea, very timely, where like we haven't quite dipped in to the era of mega influencers when it comes to like movie and TV characters, as deep as this looks like it's going.
Right. And they show like podcasts talking about it, and it just feels very timely. Mainly, I want to talk about this because number one, Dylan O'Brien's in it, and I love a movie with Zoey Deutch and Dylan O'Brien together.
Sounds amazing.
Number two, because I cannot get enough of Zoey Deutch and Nina Dobrev's friendship. On top of that, Jimmy Tatro and Shaun White, their couple vacation that they've been on for weeks now. I can't get enough of it. They are so generous with what they give us. Like when some people go on vacation, they like turn off. They don't really share a lot. And I feel like me and you do that. Like when we go places, whatever. I mean, we're not them, but I just feel like some people, when they go on vacation,
or we wait till the end.
Yeah. When they go on vacation, they don't really share a lot. Maybe they wait, whatever. While they are on this vacation, they are posting constantly. And it's such a nice gift to us because they seem like the most fun couples to hang out with. It looks like they're the best of friends, and Nina and Zoey are best friends. It looks like Jimmy and Shaun get along great. There's nothing more that you can hope for that your boyfriend and your best friend's boyfriend get along awesome, and then you guys can all go on vacations together.
The way that the two of them, or the way that it's really the four of them, but I also think the way that the four of them have been doing this, it's trip of a lifetime. They've been Monaco Grand Prix, and then they were in Dubai. Now they're in like, I don't even know where they are. French Polynesian Islands.
They're on the Maldives.
The Maldives. Oh, that's where they are. Okay.
However you pronounce that word that I can never figure out.
Yeah. And they, you know what I noticed that I think that they all do too, that seems really nice, is that I feel like they are enjoying their trip and they do all these things and they take pictures and whatever. And then they all say, okay, time for everyone to post their content. And they all, because each of them post at like the same time. They all post their stuff together. It feels very coordinated. It's like, okay, everyone, you want to post your Instagrams? We have an hour. Everyone go do your social media shit. And then let's meet up again and do all of our fun stuff. But yeah, they're quite the trip, I post on my Instagram, like you said, I just want to be a part of this. I was like, can I fifth wheel this? I don't even need to be, I don't even want to bring anyone. I just want to go by myself.
I know. I think that they seem like such a blast. Zoey Deutch seems like she has such a great personality. Nina Dobrev as well. We have interviewed Nina Dobrev. She was awesome. And Jimmy Tatro, obviously hilarious. And then Shaun White seems like a blast as well. Like, you wouldn't expect Shaun White to be that funny just because he's not a funny guy, quote unquote, like, meaning like that's not what he does. But then he's posting these TikToks that have me laughing. He's posting Instagram stories. They just seem like a good time.
Shaun White, we are seeing much more of his personality, I feel like, while he's hanging out with these people and through his relationship with Nina and his TikToks. I feel like he's, pretty active on TikTok too. And seems like a blast. Like, they're all just, what a fun group to hang out with. Yeah, I don't have much more to say about it than I'm dying to hang out with them.
Neither do I. I really just wanted to bring up her new movie because I think it looks interesting, and just the fact that I want everyone to start paying more attention to their posts on vacation, because I think you're missing out if you're not paying attention to it. Everybody knows that we love to find a way to chill and relax, and we do that with Coors Light. Summer is filled with events all over the place. You got weddings, graduations, 4th of July is coming up, but everyone knows the best events, the best occasions are filled with great beer made to chill like Coors Light. This summer, Coors Light is the official beer of everything unofficial, celebrating those moments that truly make summer great and make summer chill. Summer chill starts with Coors Light, as we always say. For the past few summers, we've been saying that, and you want to make the most of your summer with a chance to win exclusive chill merch, fun local experiences, even a trip to New York, Chicago, or LA. You can enter to win at CoorsLight.com/chicks. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends August 15th, 2022. The game ends September 6th, 2022. 50 USDC, 21 and up only. Void where prohibited. For rules, visit CoorsLightSummer.com. Remember, celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Everyone's talking about it. New show, The Summer I Turned Pretty, came out on Amazon Prime at the end of last week. We're going to jump into it. So another disclaimer, if you guys have not watched this yet, do not listen to this segment. Do not listen to this segment. And you can come back and watch the show and come back to the segment and listen to our recap after you watch. So Summer I Turned Pretty, based on the novels written by Jenny Han. She did To All the Boys. She's amazing. I would actually love to have her on our show. I think she has such a good window into the YA soul. These books came out in around 2009, I think, the first one, because I remember reading them early high school. And when you actually read them early high school, boy, did it feel like you just wanted to be in this book. And then now, being at the age that I'm at now and watching the show, it's just so nostalgic to summer crushes and not having to fucking worry about anything over the summer except for the boy that you like. And of course, you know, that has consequences when it comes to this story. But I thought it was really, really cute. And Jenny, I felt like did a great job adapting it. And I really I really enjoyed it. It's super quick. 7 episodes that probably total not even 7 hours because they're all less. They're like 45 minutes, barely.
Yeah, you could bang this show out in a day. I thought that it was super cute. Obviously sobbed at the end of it. Very sad. Very sad, but then very happy.
Yeah.
Obviously the mom is sick and you don't really find that out until midway through the show. If you read the book, then you knew some of this already. I did not read the book, so I was taken by surprise. And it's a will they, won't they? And it's a 2-brother situation, you know? Will she end up with Jeremiah? Will she end up with Conrad? I'll say this, it was never Jeremiah. It was always Conrad. Like it just was never going to be Jeremiah. Jeremiah and her did not have the spark that her and Conrad had. The acting in the first episode was the worst acting I've ever seen in my life. I want that on record. It got better throughout. And I think that Belly was definitely the best out of the bunch. Her brother, Steven, was my least favorite character in the entire show. I hated him. I hated him.
Oh, I like Steven.
Oh, I looked up Steven the summer I turned pretty on Twitter to see if like other people were saying what I was saying. Nobody was. I was shocked. I hated him. I thought he was awful. Everything about him bothered me. Like I thought he was he was a pain in the ass. He just bothered me.
I thought he was great.
And it's nothing personal to him as a person in real life.
Yeah.
I hated Steven the character.
Steven doesn't have like a major role in the book. So it's interesting that like they gave him very much his own storyline for the movie. But I thought his storyline was cute.
I loved Shayla. I thought she was great, but I did not like Steven at all.
And I thought he did like annoying, protective older brother well.
Well, that's probably, if he did it well, that suits. He was very annoying, I thought.
Yeah.
The moms I thought were great. Very funny.
Love the moms.
I thought the moms were just very funny, you know, like smoking weed, drinking, having a good time. They're not too worried about their kids, but they're worried in the right way. You know, Belly's still 16.
Yeah.
Jeremiah did not do it for me. He was, you know, he's cute and fun. But you just don't root for him the way you root for Conrad. You root for Jeremiah to find love, but you don't root for Jeremiah with Belly. You root for Conrad with Belly. And thank God we got that sweet kiss at the end she said, I don't want you to need me. I want you to want me. And then all of a sudden the song starts playing in your head, obviously. But then he says, I do want you. And it's just, oh my God, I couldn't take it. Oh, loved it.
I loved what they did with Jeremiah too, because he's bi in the show, it was not how it was in the book. So he has like, it's a different storyline for him in the show when it comes to like relationships, which I thought was really interesting. And there are times, this is why shows like this are so good, because they're good with getting you to root for different people at different times. Like Conrad, you know, from the start that he is the one that she's always loved. But then he starts to get really annoying and you're like, oh, maybe she should go with cute, sweet Cam, poor innocent Cam Cameron, who doesn't get a shot. And, you know, he's just too nice. And he says, and in real life, like maybe she should have just stuck with Cam Cameron, but
then it goes, you don't settle for nice.
No, he's so cute. Oh, yeah, I thought Cam was so cute.
But nice isn't everything, you know?
Yeah.
You got to have a little pizzazz.
No, they did the spark wasn't
there. The spark will be there for someone else with Cam.
Yeah. And then like the kiss with Jeremiah in the pool, it's like, oh shit, maybe Jeremiah is a better fit and Conrad's just got to get over it and they could be good together. But you know, that moment when they're at the Deb ball and he steps up for the dance. And meanwhile, you're just crying for a ton of different reasons. You're crying because Jeremiah is finding out about his mom's cancer. You're crying because Conrad's getting this moment. And then Laurel, you got to deal with Laurel as she starts. I literally, like, I knew I was going to cry. Like, I was actively trying not to cry because everyone was saying it's such a tearjerker. So in my mind, I was like, Fran, everybody's talking about how they're crying. You're going to try and fight through this. You're going to try and fight through this. And then it started to come. And then when Belly and her mom are laying in bed and they're both crying, and she turns to her and she's like, I'm so sorry that you had to deal with all of this alone. You had nobody to talk to all summer. And then Laurel starts crying more. And I was like, oh, I can't do this. Oh, and then the boys are begging their mom to do the cancer treatment. Oh my God.
I know. I couldn't even watch. I honestly turned away from the TV. Said, I am not watching this part. I'll listen to it, but I can't look at it because it will just tear you apart. And
oh my God.
Thankfully, it went right into the sweet moment between Belly and Conrad because I was like, we need a happy moment here. We need a happy moment because this is awful. This is like real life terrible shit. It's so sad. But the ending was so adorable. I obviously really hope there's a season 2, which I think there will be because there are 3 books. There is. So thank God. They
already said they were going to do another season before the first one even came out.
Okay, thank God. I'm very excited for season 2. I always think about how great it is for these actors, you know, when they get like one of their first roles, and it's like, you know what, good for them. I'm happy for these kids that I say kids. They're probably like a couple years younger than me. But I'm happy for them that the show was so successful and that people seem to really love it because I do think it's getting a great reaction.
Yeah.
Even though, because sometimes I think shows that don't hit Netflix or Hulu, even though they're on Prime, which is a great streaming service, I mean, The Wilds was on there, which I love.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes those shows are overlooked more than if they're on Netflix or Hulu. So I'm glad that it's getting the attention that I think it deserves. And
And I mean, hello, Panic. We loved Panic. That was on Prime. So it's like,
and it did not get enough love.
Yeah,
people
exactly.
need to show these shows love on Prime. So
I think Jenny also has a lot of power because we know that she has created such amazing things. And she, I loved, she put her, there's like a little Jenny cameo that she does in the end at the Deb ball when she goes to get the little champagne glass. And you know, of course I did my little light stalking, nothing crazy. Conrad, super cute. He went to Pace. He's a NYC kid, or at least he was there going to Pace. I think he may have graduated fairly recently from what I could gather from his IG.
Let me see.
And I think he has a very cute girlfriend who, like, he posted a picture of them from like the premiere of the carpet. It was very cute. Very cute. His name is Chris.
You gotta be like so happy, right, for your boyfriend, but also so nervous at the same time.
I do.
Right? Like you're like, like
Doesn't
you're
he
so happy for him, but
do you think he kind of looks like that kid, Jack Martin? I feel like there's some similarities. They have both of those blue eyes.
I could see. Oh, he's 24. Okay. So he's my age.
Oh, maybe you guys cross paths.
Oh, wait.
For
now,
it
says he's 22.
Oh,
I can't get.
I do think from what I can tell,
but one says he was born in 2000. One says he was born in 1998. So
his girlfriend was posting graduation stuff in 2020. So if they were the same age, then he's probably like 23.
I think he's a year younger than me, if I had to make a guess.
Yeah. Well, you would have graduated in 2019. So.
Yep.
So
hey, so maybe we wouldn't have crossed paths because I was only at Pace for a semester.
He wasn't there yet.
And he was not there. So we definitely did not cross paths.
Yeah. And then the Jeremiah is like a little, of course, you why wouldn't you think this? He's like such a little Insta thoughty.
Jeremiah is?
Yeah, Gavin.
Insta thoughty.
Also, let me tell you, he's like a model. He's got his model shots. He also has a really hot girlfriend that is also a model and actress. Her name's Larson Thompson. I don't know if you've ever seen her, but she's on.
Oh, I know who that
actress
is.
Too. She has like 700,000 followers.
I know who that is. Yes, Larson Thompson.
Gavin, their Instagram followers are also skyrocketing. Like, I know we always talk about this with these shows, but
he had 90,000 the other day when I looked.
Yeah,
and he has over 300,000.
I actually just watched Chris's number go up. Like, it literally ticked on the Instagram from 413 to 414. And when I looked this morning, when I was watching the show this morning, he was at like 330 something. So it's been like 4 hours.
Holy shit. These shows, they pick up fast.
It is crazy. So I know everyone's going to love it. Everybody's going to want to see what happens for another season, which we are going to get. We did get that great moment. I also want to say it had that perfect nostalgic summer feel, but it also, the music, they crushed the music in this. I don't know how they did this or how they got the rights to these songs and were allowed to do it. But between Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, they had these literally perfect moments for these songs. And I almost started to tear up from just like the Taylor Swift songs playing, because those Taylor Swift songs were also the soundtrack to like my high school summer romances.
The budget seemed like it was all spent on music.
Yes,
because that shit's expensive. We were just talking about copyright before.
I know. So either that, like Taylor Swift, I think was happy to partake in it. And we knew she was going to have like, she had, her song was in the trailer for it. So it's a great way to use that music. Every song hit. The sad parts, the sad moments in the last episode was to a Phoebe Bridgers song that, like, if you listen to, just makes you cry anyway. And it fit perfectly. So well done to, the music coordinator on that, because it was so spot on. All the songs were so good. I think it made the show even better. And what a cute show. Makes me want to read the books again.
Cute show and great for the start of the summer.
Definitely. And hopefully there's a quick turnaround. Maybe we get season 2 the beginning of next summer. So that it just goes every summer. We get to watch a new season.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Make sure you are checking out all of our vlogs on YouTube. The new vlog will be up on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Like usual, it's the 4th stop of the tour. One more left after that. Shout out to Dana Beers, who is editing the vlogs right now. He's doing a great job. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you on Friday.